This is me. This is my beloved wife, Sylvia. This is Sylvia's idea of sailing. This is my dream of sailing and my hope of circumnavigating the globe as a retirement project in 2029. This is Sylvia's reaction to that idea.
What? You got a quest?
I am on a 6-year quest to convince Sylvia that a circumnavigation is a wonderful adventure, but the clock is ticking, so join me as I search for the perfect yacht that Sylvia will love, and get all your ladies to subscribe and cheer Sylvia on in the comments. Welcome back to Navel Gazing at Camp David. This episode's a little different. This whole channel is about sailing around the globe with my beloved in a grand retirement project. Each week we've been focusing on finding a boat that will do the job and make Sylvia happy to do the trip with me. So I get the boat. Now what? It would take me years to be competent enough to confidently sail around the world on my own. Not to mention Sylvia's significant and not totally unfounded doubts about my sailing skills and mechanical capabilities to keep us seaworthy for that long an adventure. Then there's the potential isolation. Neither Sylvia nor I are into that. So what do I do? Well, that is what we will be examining throughout this mini-series, with episodes sprinkled among our regular reviews. I have compiled a comparison of two 16-month World Sailing Rallies, two 30-month World Sailing Rallies, and, just for fun, one 10-month round-the-world cruise done the easy way. This approach solves many of my concerns. In each case, you are with at least 100 like-minded adventurers, traveling in the company of 30 to 35 sailing vessels with much of the guesswork and risk taken out of the equation, and multiple parties throughout the adventure, eliminating any thoughts of loneliness. 2 of these rallies are even manufacturer supported, with specialty support staff traveling with the fleet. How safe does that sound? In every case, the route is planned for you. Many of the arrival and transits, Panama Canal for example, are dealt with for you, and there's a friendly support network there to help you through any of these challenges. For an example of what can happen, even to experienced sailors, have a look at Great Circle's experiences. I've given the links below in the comments. Most rallies have pre-sail training available, often with special ladies-only sessions, safety, guidance, and support, and a host of other resources to make the project fun, relaxed, and enjoyable. So let's get going. This episode's rally is the World Arc. Each episode, we will look at, number 1, the organizer details and boat requirements. Number 2, the rally fees involved. Number 3, examine what is included for your fees. Number 4, walk through the route plans. Number 5, finally, calculate the total cost and monthly cost of each rally, including boat depreciation. A new book from the best-selling author Dr. Linus Wilson finds that fewer people have circled the globe in a sailboat than climbed Mount Everest. In 2013, 658 people summited Mount Everest, but Dr. Wilson estimates in his new book, How to Sail Around the World Part-Time, that only 330 people sail around the world each year. I've included a link below for you. The cost to climb Mount Everest is between $30,000 to $160,000 USD, and it will take you about 2 months. The cost to circle the globe in a sailboat? Well, stay tuned. I have the whole enchilada for you right here. My assumed sailing vessels for the purpose of the final cost calculations are one of the following boats with a crew of 2. Bear in mind, I'm hoping Sylvia will eventually watch this video, see the luxury in which she will be circumnavigating, and get really excited. A, the Jeanneau 60 monohull. B, the Fountaine Peugeot Aura 51 catamaran. And C, the new Neil 52 trimaran. Let's jump aboard and have a quick look at each vessel's exterior, cockpit, saloon, and owner's cabin to eliminate any concerns of roughing it right up front. Starting with the Jeanneau, obviously you've got a beautiful monohull here with a fully enclosed cockpit, lots of luxury up and down tables. In the saloon here you can see it's just like an apartment in Vancouver, and the master suite, whether aft or forward, is extraordinary. The Fountaine Peugeot Aura 51 gives you integrated solar for all the hair dryers and curlers, a fabulous cockpit with complete openness right into a gorgeous expansive saloon that looks very much like my living room, and then finally a full walk around athwartship berth. Finally, the Neil 52 trimaran gives you an expansive space to spread out on with that full width beam. You can see a main level master cabin there, and then down into the amas you've got a full walk-in closet. Any of the vessels, regardless of which one I pick, would have a laundry list of inclusions on it that I've indicated right here. Starting with A, all electric winches. B, electric headsail and staysail furlers. C, plug-in electric downwind sail furler. Bow and stern thrusters on the mono and tri, and a bow thruster on the cat. All of those coordinated with a dockmate wireless controller so that I can stand on the side decks, bring us right into the dock while Sylvia's sitting up top drinking a pina colada. 2,500 watts of solar, at least a 40 kilowatt hour lithium battery bank. Watt and C, 600, a hydro generator, the one that's integrated into the bottom of the boat. Obviously an excellent water maker, forward sonar, electric freshwater heads with bidets. I don't want to be cleaning out toilets. All electric appliances and barbecue, boom or mast furler, or an AWS soft wing sail. Sonic anti-foul, and finally, solid life rails as opposed to the death lines on most of these vessels. Jumping into the organizer details. The World Arc is run by the World Cruising Club, and you can see our other rallies that we'll be examining here. So the Oyster World Rally, this is one of the two that are run by actual manufacturers, Oyster Yachts Limited. The World Yacht Rally, which is the other public rally. The Grand Large Yachting World Odyssey, which is run by the Grand Large Yachting Inc. group, which includes Garcia Yachts, it includes Outremer, it includes Gunboat, and several others. And thankfully, I have confirmation that they will be running that at least one more time. And finally, our little fun comparison, doing it the easy way on Royal Caribbean, the Ultimate World Cruise. Zooming into the World Arc now, I've given you the website there. You can have a look, phone and email confirmation. It's an annual rally. The duration is 15 months. The boat requirement is at least a 40-foot boat. It starts in St. Lucia. It departs in January. The registration has to be 20 months prior. And typically there's 200 people on this. It was established in 1986. And the special features are here that it has 3 divisions: cruising, which is competitive, multi-hulls, which is competitive, and open, which is non-competitive. And you can see the annual results. There's also associated rallies. I mean, the World Cruising Club is fantastic. They have the Atlantic Rally for Cruisers, which is the founding rally, the Carib 1500, the Arc USA Europe, the Arc Portugal, Arc Baltic, Arc del Mariva, and the Maltz Cruising. Heading into the fees. So, boat fees for the World Arc. You have from 12.19 meter to 15.24 meter, or 40 to 50 foot. It's 21,000 British pounds or 23,600 USD at the time of this filming. The next level up, which is 50 to 65 or 15.25 to 19.81, it's 22,000 British pounds or 24,750 USD. Finally, the last level is from 65 to 80 feet or 19.82 meter to 24.38 meter, and that one is 23,000 British pounds or 25,900 USD. There is a multi-hull docking supplement for our Fountain Peugeot as well as our Neil, and that is 1,200 British pounds or 1,350 USD. There's also a per crew member fee of 2,500 British pounds or 2,800 USD. Now, looking at all that's included in this, and it's almost impossible for me to put it all in a chart like this. I've grabbed the high points, but every one of these has an extensive guidebook that can walk you through all of the details, but I've tried to get the high points for you here. So included in the World Ark, you've got fees that are payable to customs, immigration, and quarantine officials. You've got light dues and similar charges, 3 days docking before the start of each scheduled stage, comprehensive social program. That is really the key point for all of these, is this comprehensive social program. It's a rally around the world, sailing from party to party. Absolutely outstanding. Prize giving party after each scheduled stage, local tourist information, the WCC staff on hand to facilitate at the stopover, excursions and tours, and it'll vary from port to port, and that's pretty exceptional. Pre-departure briefing, including a 5-day weather planning forecast. Now, let's look at the route plan. So, the World Ark starts in St. Lucia, and then it moves around to the San Blas Islands at Panama. It transits the Panama Canal, pops out on the other side, heads over to the Galapagos Islands, goes over to the Marquesas, Tahiti, Bora Bora, Saguaro. And then it moves to Niue, Vava Tonga. Then you cruise Tonga and Fiji. You hit Muscat Cove for another party. You go to Tanna, Vanuatu for another party. Port Vila, Vanuatu to Mackay, Australia. Cruise the Great Barrier Reef, Darwin, Australia. Lombok, Indonesia. Cocos Islands in the territory of Australia. Mauritius, Reunion, Richards Bay, South Africa. You cruise South Africa. Then you head over to Nambia, St. Helena, Salvador in Brazil. You cruise Brazil, another rendezvous, giant party. St. George's, Grenada, another rendezvous, great party. Cruise the Windward Islands, and finally you wind up back at St. Lucia for an absolute outstanding roundup and prizes and recognition. So now we're gonna walk through the cruise, have a look at the destinations, and give you a sense of what you'd actually be seeing. As you can see from these photos, the starts are very celebratory. You got the great fleet, you've got the excitement, and then off we go. Hopping onto the cruise, of course, you start in St. Lucia, and from there, you head over to San Blas Islands in Panama. From there, you traverse the Panama Canal, you pop out at Las Perlas, and then you head over to the Galapagos Islands for an adventure of a lifetime. From the Galapagos, you head way across the Pacific, all the way over to Hiva in the Marquesas. From Hiva, you head to Tahiti and a rendezvous. From there, you head across to Bora Bora and the rendezvous. From Bora Bora, we send over to Saguaro, and then all the way across and over to Niue. From Niue, we head to Vava, Tonga, and then we cruise Tonga and Fiji. Then Muscat Cove in Fiji is another party and a rendezvous. All the way across we go to Tanna, Vanuatu, and another rendezvous. From Vanuatu, we head all the way over to the coast of Australia and Mackay. From Mackay, we head to the Great Barrier Reef, and from there, we head up to Darwin and the famous red rock there. From Darwin, we are now heading all the way over to Indonesia and arriving in Lombok, Indonesia. From Lombok, we head across and over to the Cocos Islands and the territory of Australia. Then we transit way across, heading straight for Africa, stopping in Mauritius. After Mauritius, we head to Reunion Island, and then finally, we're heading for land shore on the African continent at Richards Bay, South Africa. From Richards Bay, we cruise South Africa and then hit Cape Town. Cape Town then to Nambia, St. Helena. From St. Helena, it's a long trip across the Pacific for landfall in Salvador, Brazil. We cruise Brazil and then head up to the rendezvous at Caribe in Brazil. And from there, we head on over to St. George's in Grenada. Then we cruise the Windward Islands and finally head all the way back to our origin in St. Lucia. Again, the festivities when you arrive are quite extraordinary. You've got the flags, you've got the excitement, you're feeling incredible after a world journey that you never ever thought you would take. And you are surrounded by lifelong friends that you've made on this incredible journey. So, what does this thing actually cost you? Well, let's have a close look at the numbers. First, we're going to start with my assumptions. And you could make any assumptions in the world. This is just a baseline. Obviously, these are comparative between the 5 ways of doing this. So let's not get too into the weeds on this, but these at least give you a sense of what I'm assuming. The ownership period in months for the new 60 mono or 50 cat, or the 3-year-old 60 mono and 50 cat. So we're anticipating a 24-month ownership. The rally duration is 16 months. The initial price, I'm assuming, is 1.5 million US for the new one and 1.093, 1.1 for the used one. I've just used the typical 10% per year for the first 3 years, 5% per year for the next 7 years, and then flattening out after 10 years. First year, you can see the first year the annual maintenance I've assumed at 5%. These are relatively new boats. The monthly maintenance then would be $6,250. The annual fuel I'm anticipating at 1,200 gallons. I did this based on what Great Circle has used in their first 1.5 years, and I've upped it because they're on a performance cruiser. The fuel cost, I'm assuming at $5 a gallon. The monthly fuel cost then is $500. Meals and entertainment per month, I'm factoring in about $2,000. I really have no idea. These are small islands. There's probably not a lot of expensive restaurants, but then again, your food is probably more expensive than I'd anticipate at home. 2-year depreciation then comes out at $285,000 for the new vessel and $106,600 for the used vessel. Rally fees for 2 people, $29,750. So your total monthly cost on the new 60-foot vessel is $28,421.88. On the 3-year-old used vessel, it's $15,579.14. Your total rally cost on the new one is $454,750. And your total rally cost on the 3-year-old is $249,266.25. But we can't stop there. So let's look at some of the costs that we would incur if we were staying at home, because we have to subtract those out. Monthly vehicle cost of ownership, about $1,000. Monthly vehicle insurance, about $200. Meals and entertainment per month, about $2,000. Annual vacation monthly budget, let's say $2,000. You want to do a cruise, summer vacation, and maybe something at Christmas. You're retired. Monthly housing cost, utilities, insurance, maintenance, about $1,000. Your total monthly offset is $6,200. Your total trip offset is close to $100,000. So, drum roll please. Your net monthly rally cost for a new 60-foot mono or 50-foot cat is $22,222. Your net monthly rally cost for a 3-year-old vessel is $9,379. Your total net rally cost for a new vessel across the 16 months or 24 months of ownership is $355,550. For the 3-year-old, it's $150,066. I mean, this is an experience of a lifetime. It seems like a bargain. So that is our first grand round the world tour done with the help of the dear folks at the World Cruising Club and the World Arc. I do hope you've enjoyed it, that you've got a sense and a feel not just of the route, but of some of the culture and the scenes and scenery you will see. Get a sense of the safety and comfort and the social interaction that you'll have on such a wonderful journey, as well as the fact that you're not exactly roughing it based on these numbers, and obviously you can do this a lot cheaper. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. I'd love to hear your comments, and we will see you back next week for another boat review, and we'll sprinkle the rest of our 4 round the world cruise reviews in amongst the next month or two. Have a great week.